my top 5 favorite listeners. My name is Kyle Kohler, and on today's episode, this is the first episode of Kyle Kohler's Top 5. I think I'm just going to call it Kyle's Top 5, or maybe I'll come up with a top 5 list of my favorite names. Today's episode, I don't know if this is legal or not to do, but they're not an actual advertiser, but I'm going to bring them on as a sponsor because I like their product and I have family ties to them. And that is New Belgium Brewery. I highly recommend you go out and you buy yourself a case of Fat Tire, maybe a case of Snapshot, maybe a case of Rampant, Ranger, Tubalo, Accumulation. They got a couple of really good seasonals out now. Go out, pick up a 6-pack, and help put my beautiful niece through college. But today I'm going to do the top 5 TV shows of 2015 so far. This is not based on any other scientific fact other than the fact that I am just going to give them to you, the ones that I like. In no particular order, I guess. There might be kind of an order. I definitely have a number 1, and I kind of think I know where they fall after that. I'm going to bring up ones in my honorable mention. I might bring up a disappointment. But these are my top 5 favorite TV shows so far of 2015. Today, currently, is March 4th, 2015. So it's kind of the first season is wrapping up. A lot of shows are down in the last couple episodes. These are the ones that I liked so far. Number 5, one that it's a new show. It's on HBO. It's called Togetherness. J.A. Mark Duplass. You might know Mark Duplass from The League and a couple other. He's always he makes his own movies with J. Duplass, and this is their HBO show. Really good show. Kind of a 30s, in their 30s, couple kids they kind of have friends that are weird and quirky. It's just a cool, good TV show. Well written, well done, well acted. Good soundtrack too, which is always a plus. And I enjoy it. I definitely recommend checking out HBO. I think it's on Sundays at 9:30. Really great show. Echo Park, LA vibe. So that's my number 5, Togetherness on HBO. Number 4, this show was great in its first season. It's back for its second season, and it is so good, and it's so much better than the first season. And I really enjoyed the first season. The second season, they are just bringing the high heat. And that's My Girls at Broad City. I fucking love this show. This show rules. It's so funny. It makes me laugh. Every episode. Hannibal Buress is fantastic. The girls in there are fantastic. The cast is great. The writing's spectacular. New York looks so cool in this show. I just have enjoyed the hell out of it. I want to hang out with those girls. Like they seem so cool, and it just makes you laugh. It's also a great show because I think it's the best kind of representation of what women are kind of in this 26 to 32 age group of kids who, are kind of adults now and still really weird. It's really cool. Really great show. So that's number 4, Broad City. That one I think is on Comedy Central Wednesday nights at 10:30. It's right after Workaholics. Workaholics is back. Their season's been pretty good, but didn't unfortunately make my top 5. But those guys are always making funny stuff. I really have enjoyed that show since it's been on TV. Number 3. Number 3 is was kind of a reach in my mind when I first heard the concept, and now as it starts to unfold, I think they've done 6 or 7 episodes, 5, maybe 6 episodes so far, and that is Better Call Saul, the Breaking Bad, my first podcast, the first ever podcast for me, and I'm going to jumble it and lose my train of thought. Better Call Saul is a prequel to Breaking Bad, and it's super well done. I didn't know if it was going to be good, but it turns out it's really great. Bob Odenkirk, I think give him the Emmy. I think give it to him because he's just that great on this show. All the cast, you kind of recognize them. You'll see them, faces you are kind of familiar with from Breaking Bad. So do me a favor, check out, do me a favor, I'm not on the fucking show, but let me know what you think. I think Better Call Saul, great show. I have it at my number 3. Number 2, my number 2 favorite show so far of 2015 is Shameless. I love the show. I definitely think that the show hit its stride a couple of years ago with a couple of things that the storyline has taken. I think it's in its 5th season now. Still a great show. Not my number 1. If you had asked me a year or two ago, it's always would have been my number 1 around this time of year because of how great of a show that is. Amy Rossum steals it. William H. Macy, fantastic. The whole cast is great. The stories are always amazing. It really lives up to the name Shameless. This year, the writing has been so-so. You can kind of tell certain times when they're definitely trying to just get you in shock and awe. And then there's other times they'd still play that long con that Shameless is kind of known for. And but it's still great. I will always love that show. I highly recommend watching it. That one I think is on on Showtime on Sundays at 9:00. I want to say if you have Showtime, you probably have Showtime East, and I think it's on at 6:00 if you're on the West Coast. DVR all of it, but great show, Shameless on Showtime. My number 1 show is a new show. That's on FX. Now, FX is a network that I've really started to enjoy a lot of their work. You know, they have the juggernauts of shows like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, The League. Even now, Louis has kind of hit this. He's a big dog in that network. But they have a new show that's actually produced by Lorne Michaels of SNL fame, Lorne Michaels, called Man Seeking Woman. I think his name is Jay Bruchel. You would recognize him from This Is the End. She's Out of My League. He was also, if you kind of remember the kid from Almost Famous who was the Zeppelin superfan, he was that. You recognize him if you know him. And this guy named Eric Andre, who's a fucking funny comedian. He's just super unique. He reminds me a lot, if you watch The League, he reminds me a lot of Raffi, not in anything that he does, but when he's on screen, I'm laughing. Like I'm zoned in on what he's gonna do. So, Man Seeking Woman is this show that is kind of unique. It really, I don't know of a show that's like it, in the sense it's shot really beautifully and it looks a lot. It reminds me. It's got that New York-y vibe of Girls, but then there's like this other part that's just crazy. Spoiler alert, not really. There's no real running theme to the show. Kind of, you can jump in on every episode and kind of get it. But he's like, Jay Bruchel plays this kind of guy who's in and out of relationships. He wants love, but he keeps fucking it up. And the first episode, he goes on a date. His sister sets him up with this girl. And he's, I don't want to go on a blind date. And it turns out he's on a date with an actual troll, like a under the bridge, green, short, gross troll. And it makes me, and just the way that they do stuff, it's so unique, so funny. I'm laughing. He went to a wedding in hell. He lost his dick one night on a date. It's just funny, unique, well-written, well-acted television. So those are my top 5. 5 is Togetherness, 4 is Broad City, 3 is Better Call Saul, 2 is Shameless, and 1 is Man Seeking Woman. Couple notables. Kroll Show is still funny, but they're kind of wrapping it up. Workaholics, again, those guys are funny. Love them. And Girls is Girls, so it's exactly what you think it is. But yeah, dude, watch a lot of TV and listen to a lot of good music and watch good movies and hang out with cool people. My name is Kyle Kohler, and this is Kyle's Top 5.